Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing this morning? Happy Wednesday already. Hope everyone's having a wonderful day. Just a little side note, my mother passed yesterday afternoon, so I'll try to be here each morning for a live stream. I just don't know my schedule the rest of the week. It's not fully finalized. And did not look at the markets yesterday afternoon much. Just catching up this morning with stuff. So that's the announcement. Rusty and Patrick over on Rumble. Morning. I did not see that Futures Edge yet. I am a little behind with stuff. Good morning, Royal Palms. Good morning, Patrick. Thanks for yesterday's earnings and today's earnings. Did I miss Netflix in there, Sterling? I didn't see Netflix. What else do we have? We had AT&T this morning, miss inline and miss. Uh, So let's see. Sorry about that. John, good morning. Good morning, OD Green. Good morning, Anissa. There we go. Hello, Charles. Thank you, OD Green. Thank you, Charles. Yes, please, any prayers are very much appreciated. Thank you very much, Ted. Again, thank you everyone for tuning in. Sorry if I'm a little off today, just dealing with some stuff. Thank you, Anissa. I really appreciate you guys are like my family to me, so I really appreciate you being here every day. Let's see. It's also interesting market time. So, you know what? Hey, Sterling, could you put if you're still around? I don't know. You might get tied up with work. Could you put in Netflix today? Again, we still have the government shutdown going on. Mortgage information coming out. Slight drop in mortgage rates. EIA numbers for crude traders. I'm keeping a close eye on that this morning at 10:30, and that's it. That is it. I'm a bit tired, Rick. I'm sorry, John. I'm sorry. Thank you, Andrea. Thank you, Daniel. All right. So, in some ways it's a relief because it was time. It was time. So that's the good part of it. Better place now. She's in a better place now. So, all right. All righty. We have Google on the south with ChatGPT, and then the rebound last night. Netflix after their earnings down 7.5%. Thank you, David. Yeah, let's say some prayers for John too. His mother passed as well. So you know, prayers cannot ever hurt. That's where if they do, they're the wrong kind of prayers. Oh boy. Netflix down nearly 7.5% after their miss. Texas Instruments, they had earnings down 9%. So we're getting a little pullback in the chip sector. But Google on their bounce after their sell off from ChatGPT releasing a browser. Oh, it's just Google Chrome with ChatGPT in it. So there we go. There we go. Groups. It looks like sort of a risk off today. Energy, healthcare, utilities leading up. Basic materials, gold still pulling back, hitting the second target double. Consumer cyclical down also. Fed watch. We have a pause still. Fear and greed, still solidly in fear mode. Schiller PE, still 40.21. 40.21. So what else do we have here? So let's see. Yeah, oh yeah, we have Beyond Meat. And my sister was the main one involved in that. Eric, thank you. Oh, that's the wrong earnings. Hold on. There we go. See, I'm a little out of sorts today, just a little, but we'll get through it. Again, we had AT&T. Here's everything. Sterling put them all in the chat. After the close, we have Tesla, probably the most important because it's Mag 7 and IBM. Expecting Tesla to beat its dumbed down earnings because of the expiring tax credits, but it'll get interesting next quarter. Tomorrow morning, we have American Airlines, is the biggie. Honeywell. So that's where we sit right there. Yeah, and again, we'll take a look at Beyond Meat. Remind me, you did see Reddit squeeze. Oh boy, up like 600%. from near bankruptcy. I mean, it's absurd. Issuing more stock and it's up 600% to stave off bankruptcy. All right, so pausing here. Nothing much has changed. Nothing much has changed. On a pullback, we got the bottom of the 4-hour rotation zone in the 67.48, 67.50 area. That's what I'm watching for key support. We get back down through there, 67.12, 6700 to 6712, mainly focusing on 6712. To the upside, getting a little pause here. To the upside, we have a major overhead resistance still. I'm going to be looking at 6800 if we pop up today. 6,800. Nothing again has changed the upside targets. If we do take out the upside high, especially if people celebrate Tesla's earnings, who knows? 68.46. So again, we're nearly at cycle tops again, close to overbought. Okay, we have the weekly double still in place against the rotation zone. NASDAQ. Again, if you're looking for some, I'm really watching the 4-hour rotation zone. First level I'm paying attention to, we have this spike high, roughly in line with the 4-hour rotation zone. So it's 25,180. And then the bigger pullback, 25,100. If we drop below 25,100, it can get interesting. But 25,100 is a daily rotation zone with the 8 EMA. All right, stalling out up here against, you can see the major resistance area. The major resistance area right up here, this 25,350 area. Through there, I'm targeting 25,435, and then 25,550 is the next major harmonic. All right, so that's where we sit right there. The Dow 4-hour rotation zone, it's got some major support before that. If we do pull below the 8 EMA and these spike highs up here, are going to be focusing on about 46,960 and then major support at 46,841. 46 below that is the 8 EMA. So 46,770 is really key if we with momentum below 46,841. To the upside, I forgot to flip these around. Sorry about that. And update this one. Oh boy. Made a Mr. Bungles this morning. All right. So to the upside, if we do take out the highs, again, there's a fair amount of resistance up here, but 47,500. The Russell, the 4-hour rotation zone is flat, so I'm not really watching it. I'm minor level, we still got this 2502, the level I was watching yesterday. And then more significant, I'm lowering this. We have this emotional candle close here, little resistance shelf, dip into that, close above, and confirmed yesterday is about 2517. Breakdown level, first level I'm watching is 2487, and then key support at 2472. 2472 is the bottom of the rotation zone. Good morning, Heinrich. VIX still back to the prior breakout level. Again, little rising volatility. Remember, also, we do have the CPI on Friday, so we might be staying with some elevated volatility. And with cycles getting to the top, I will be looking at, volatility and market hedges again. I will be looking at them. The DAX. Not much to talk about. There's a support shelf around 24,300 and a resistance shelf around 24,500. That's the key little. I'm watching yesterday. So far, we're at inside bar, so I'm watching yesterday's high and low on the DAX. The notes. We have, again, 2 days off. Potential double top going into CPI numbers against the rotation zone. So again, slightly lower probability, but would need a close below 113.10.5 to see a possible pullback in the 10-year note futures. The yields also have a potential double bottom against the rotation zone. Would need a close above 40.27. Again, for anybody new here, if you're setting up the levels, the key ones are the 25% harmonic extension, the 50%, the 75, and the 1. Alrighty. Crude, we did not trigger the percent B buy, but don't know if anybody spotted this double bottom pattern that was confirmed yesterday afternoon. Little pause, pullback to the areas of the candle bodies, and then taking off. First target went through, became support. Second target hit on the way to the third target. So that was the little going into the EIA numbers. So this is where aggressively raising the stop. EIA numbers at 10:30 Eastern. Okay, into a very key resistance shelf. Don't know, into also the daily rotation zone. Should it continue through here? People, again, have asked. The next target for me, should we plow through if the numbers come out? And there is a pretty strong resistance shelf right up here, around 58.75. But if we plow through that 59.44 and then the top of the declining rotation zone, 59.90 to 60. That's how it is to the upside. Natty gas back to the most recent highs. Looking now, see where it will close today against this prior resistance shelf and the little mini double top. Again, a fair amount of resistance up here, but I'll be looking to see if it can also close above the 62.5 over the next couple days, 3.57. Gold to the bottom. This is where, again, bottom of the rotation zone just in front of the final target. And we have a potential double bottom. Do I really find the 25% extension helpful? 50% for sure, and NQ opening range. Yeah, I look at the 25% extension. I find it helpful. We have a potential double bottom. Do I think the sell-off could be potentially over? For now, it's going to be the secondary reaction. Why? This is a perfect example. We had the primary reaction down to the bottom of the rotation zone. Not even to the weekly rotation zone, but we could easily bounce back up here and form a even stronger topping pattern. Okay, this would I consider buying this for aggressive shorts? Yes. I mean, for aggressive longs? Yes. And the first target area is going to be very key. This 42.52 area to 42.56, 42.56 being the 62.5 harmonic. It is not triggered yet. Could we still go? We might also, we've got some waning momentum, not technically a divergence. But I am keeping an eye on that, because that would be the secondary reaction. And that's how we gauge the strength of gold now. Silver. Silver, this is a mess. It's not a double bottom, but you have a clear path move, so I'll be paying attention to about 48.66 for the secondary reaction back up. And if we don't do that today, we could have a percent B buy tomorrow. Also, if we get a bounce, we could be setting up head and shoulders topping pattern. Or if we get a stronger bounce, a potential double top. So I'll be paying attention to more significant topping patterns on the daily moving forward. Interesting enough, copper's still caught in the range. Platinum, even I was going to look for a head and shoulders. That's off the table, but we'll be looking maybe tomorrow for a percent B buy bounce play. A bounce play. So that's where that sits. That's where that sits. Again, on the platinum bounces, which got really whacked on any key thing. The key area I'd be looking is about 1620 to about 1625. Dollar index. Funny enough, I mean, there are headlines coming out. Dollar selling off on, or gold selling off on dollar strength yesterday. I mean, the dollar's been strong for a while and gold's been running. Like the gold, no, they're just, it's ridiculous. Looking to see now, though, Looking to see now, right here, if we close above 98.62.5 today, to shift the prob. These are very short-term probabilities. To shift us into potential double top territory. Again, I'm still targeting bullish moves unless we got to double top territory and then triggered. Then I'd be looking for the bigger dollar pullback. Cycle's not at the top yet. Euro coming back down, still bearish mode in the euro. Looking for a potential double bottom territory. The yen actually closed above it, 62.5 yesterday. Shifting the probabilities to more upside in yen weakness. All right. Hey, Christoph, how you doing? The spiders, again, gap up today. So for the rollover gap play, it's 671.29. Yesterday's high, very, very key area. Just above 673 is the first key area of resistance. And then if we do rally up, 674 and then 675 roughly. That's just the way it's working out. To the downside, I'm watching yesterday's low. If we did fill the gap and then took out yesterday's low, targets are about 668.65, and then the bigger target is 667 area. The Qs, again, slight gap down. We'll be watching yesterday's low, 612.72, but key support 608.29. If we break through there, watching closer to about 606. To the upside, I just got to put on the minor harmonics now to the upside. So if we did break above, we have this little multi-top area. If we did take that out, my target 616.20 over the next couple days. It's not going to replace the dollar index anytime soon. Dollar's not going away yet. Dollar is not going away yet. All right, what else do we have? Here is your... this will... Look at this. Here we go. Here we go. Absolutely insane. But, again, funny enough, it was a percent B buy. Would not be chasing it higher at this point. This is going to get massive share dilution, but it's just another one of the squeeze things, the Reddit squeeze. So, uranium, we had the double top. We pulled back beyond that and closed below 62.5. I'm still watching for, because of that, and we're back below the rotation zone, watching for a pullback closer to the 50 EMA. And then I will look for another potential long setup. Also, look where that is on the weekly rotation zone. And then I'm going to be watching to see how strong the secondary bounce is. But could it be a playable secondary bounce? Definitely. Okay? So there you go, Christoph. Watching for the pullback into the weekly rotation zone to reset that. And then we'll be looking for the secondary bounce. Be looking also for a potential maybe percent B buy. Or in case it makes like a double bottom, but there's very key support in here. Closer to the 50. Does that help you, Christoph? The 5-year graph for Beyond, yes. Beyond Meat. Remember when it was all the rage? Remember the rage? Foof. There we go. Everybody's seller. It's all it is another Reddit squeeze. So, oh, well, Walmart's going to be bringing more Beyond Meat in its stores. It's not going to... They need to go really massively restructure. Do I think they're going away? No, they just have to massively restructure. This share offering will help, but again, the share offering is massive and it's just dilution. So to buy things on a massive dilution, it's just a squeeze. You're welcome, Christoph. What else we have? We have Tesla earnings after the close. If it does gap up again, we'll see. I think they will probably beat again with deliveries and everything else, but 470, 488, and if it goes on a massive run, it's 522. Would not be going short into this number. If it did drop for some reason, would be watching for the secondary reaction. Now, after earnings get out of the way, I will be looking for another short op setup. Netflix, which missed, and down, still watching for this to reconnect with the 200. The 200. I'm looking closer to over the next bit, especially if it starts breaking below this 1130 area. Looking for a reconnection just below 1100. And then we'll be looking for a potential support in there. But nothing yet. Nothing yet. This is where I'm maybe just above 1100. Well, I'm glad because again, we're the most drugged nation in the world. A lot of things can be done more naturally, but that doesn't mean you throw the baby out with the bathwater. Thank you, Patrick. Again, I'll do my best to be here. Uh, so especially on Friday with the CPI numbers, but that's going to be one of the iffier days. But I'll try to at least do a stream on Friday with the CPI numbers coming out. Oh, by the way, Broadcom still does have a mini potential double top. This would be the last day it's valid. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. If it does not trigger today, it's potentially off the table. Just wanted to point that one out also. That's where we sit going into the open. Again, we're getting to cycle tops, but they might top on Friday. We'll see. Being very, very cautious, though. Very cautious and very cautious for any bullish follow through unless we get some breakout momentum. And really, we got to take out the 6790s in the S&P. With that, thank you everyone for tuning in. Remember, if there's going to be canceled streams, they'll be on at MG Arnold and what else do I want to say? And if they're good, if I can pop on even for a few minutes because they're shortened, I will do so instead of canceling them. That's about all I have for you. Everyone have a wonderful day. Bye for now.